The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Game Podcast Network is brought to you by Arctic Fantasy. Get a $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at Arctic Fantasy with the promo code MLB SGPN. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Game Podcast Network. It is currently Wednesday, June 25th, around 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm Rose Up Sky Show. Once again, joined by Adam Roseberg. Together, we're going to break down our favorite props for the Wednesday card. Should be fun. A lot of games, a lot of really bad pitchers, so it's going to be a pretty interesting day of baseball. But Adam, how's it going with you? What's up?
It's good. It's really hot, dude. I just went for a run. It's really hot. Like really hot.
Do you feel the burning of excess calories because of the heat?
I'm literally only doing this because you bailed on it. But Sean and I are going to be in Vegas next week, and
so you're prepping yourself.
Yeah, because
you're priming your body for 100-degree heat.
Pretty much, I mean, we're not going to be outside, but
you got to be at some point. But
yeah, it's more about like I just know all I'm going to do is eat and drink. So
okay, there you go. So yep, definitely hot outside. We're all kind of waiting for the heat wave to cool down a little bit to some degree. But either way, a point should be a pretty fun card. Yeah, try to think of anything else to add. Our boy O'Neal Cruz got benched yesterday, which was
that's a big deal for strikeout props.
It is.
I see Trevor talking about Miz and stuff in there. Go nuts, man! But that's 3Ks out of the lineup. That's
what I actually was going to.
He's on the 7th now.
That's what I was going to ask you though for Cruz is they benched him because of lack of hustle. Do you think he's in the lineup today? Or
he's going to probably bat lower in the lineup if he's batting at all, and I think that they're going to start like taking him out a lot more.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either. So there you go. But either way, our boy O'Neal once again showing lack of hustle.
I mean, lack of hustle, but it takes effort. As I pointed out, it takes a lot of effort to be able to have a 34% K rate. Like you can't just walk into that.
I forgot. What was the name of that movie? Heavyweights?
I don't know.
The Ben Stiller movie about the pack camp. Today's lunch is canceled due to lack of hustle. It's basically what happened with O'Neal Cruz yesterday. So either way, trying to think of any other, I'd say, newsworthy talking points. I can't think of any. Our boy Max Meyer out for the year, destroyed his hip. So we'll see what happens
really
there.
Bad.
But
that's really bad, actually.
Yeah, either way. A point is time to get into the actual plays for the show. Looking at the reminder, though, we do have a brand new contest going on because the NASCAR in-season tournament that they're running for SGPN, a free contest. So head over to sportsgamebox.com/NASCAR contest for your chance to win a $200 gift card, and make sure to subscribe to the NASCAR Gambling Podcast. Once again, a free tournament where you can enter with a chance to win a $200 gift card. Head to sportsgamebox.com/NASCAR contest to enter the free contest. Anyway, time to move on into the actual card. By the way, I see Austin mentioning PCA forgetting how many outs there were. Pretty important, too, because they lost by one run.
One run.
Yeah, because Arnado made the barehanded catch.
Yeah.
Or the barehanded play.
They lost by one run. That was critical.
Yep,
it's
there you
fine.
go.
They'll get over it. Larry Walker did the same exact, gave a ball to a fan when there was 2 outs in an Expos game.
I do love that one play, though, where somebody gave the ball to a fan and then took the ball back and then tried to make a play, but it was too late.
I think
Dodgers game?
The Dodgers game, too. I think it was someone pretty notable. I remember when Larry Walker did it, though.
Yeah. So Milton Bradley had one where he chucked it into the crowd too, but he's also an absolute clown. So that's not a surprise Milton Bradley did that. Anyway, point is time to move on into the actual card for the Wednesday props. Trying to, knock on wood, go for my 3rd straight sweep. We'll see how it goes. But either way, we'll see what happens. Anyway, starting off with the actual props for the card. Adam, what do you like for your first prop?
Trying to turn it around since I reverse swept last time, except for the DP and every bonus.
Oh, you had a Cunha home run. You're fine.
I had a Cunha home run in bonus DPs. So all right, guys. There's a heat wave. Things are tough. We got Iran bombings and all sorts of things. And you know what we haven't had because of all that going on? What have we not had?
I'd say successful ceasefires? ?
All right. Well, then I will tie it to this. While many people would love to take Nick Castellanos on the day that something crappy happens, I think I'm going to wait a couple days later and do it. So I'm going to go with Nick Castellanos over 1.5 bases, and you're going to play the home run as well. As I'm looking at stuff today, you don't have to share this yet because I want to show the thing, but Colton Gordon going lefty for the Houston Astros. The Phillies, by the way, last night, just to pause, Phillies went against Framber last night, and they should have probably won that game. They had an expected batting average of around 260. They lost 1-0. But I'm going to go with Castellanos tonight. He had a hit. He actually, had a home run last week against the Mets. He's just really great against, like, last year at least. He was like really great against lefties on the road. It was one of my favorite things. He had 8 of them last year. So anyway, I'm going to do it again. I like him in terms of his total bases. He's just kind of been on a little bit of a nice little heater lately. He has, in his last 10 games, he has hits in 8 of 10, and he's gone over his bases in, 5 of his last, 6 of his last 10 against lefties, 3 of his last 5 against lefties. So let's do this. Anyway, it's plus 106. Or it's even money. You could do it. Anyway, I love his pitch mix against Colton Gordon. I like the Phillies to really F up Colton Gordon today, to be totally honest. I don't really like anybody named Colton. What do you think of that name?
I think it's basically a fake first name. I feel like Colton is a name where people call as a nickname them Colt because the name itself is so bad that Colt's not as bad. Is that fair? Can I say that?
I think that's fair. And here, I'm actually going to show folks right here. You want to share my screen real quick?
The song, as a reminder, is called Colt 45 Two Zigzags, not Colton 45.
Look, I played lacrosse, but my name's Adam. I don't need it to be Colton. All right. Anyway, just so people see, this is like Handygraphs. It's just a fun site that some of us use around here. It's not a sponsor. It's nothing like that. It's not corporate. It's mine. But the point is, see all that red over the last 5 games? That is Nick Castellanos. See him in his last 30 plate appearances against lefties, crazy barrel rate, crazy hard hit rate, and hasn't hit a home run, but in the last 30, but he's hitting the ball. So he is due. You can take this away. I just wanted to show people my work, but Nick Castellanos is sending one to Mars today.
Okay, so for my first prop, I'm going to go with the opposite of that. Even though we're in the middle of a heat wave and you've seen a bunch of high-scoring games and a bunch of chaos, don't fix what isn't broken. I got a bunch of unders today because I feel like it's been a good process for me. I'm going to go with Paul Goldschmidt. I'm going to take his under 1.5 bases at minus 110. He's had less than 2 bases in 7 of his last 8, less than 2 bases in 16 of his last 20. Singer, though, has actually been okay when it comes to limiting hits. He has allowed less than 6 hits in 4 straight. So I think you're looking at Goldschmidt, who was very, very good for the first 2 months of the season, who's fallen off a cliff. He was batting, I want to say 330 at one point. Now he's at like 280. He's lost like 50 average points. It's been that bad for him.
280 is not a bad.
It's fine, but when you start off with 330, it tells you how bad you've been for the last month.
Yeah, so I get it. I mean, yeah. The Yankees also started off extremely hot.
No, that's the point, though. The point is that I think Goldschmidt's numbers are still priced based on his overall season as opposed to only looking at a sample of the last month. Less than 2 bases in 16 of his last 20 is really bad. They also rotate first baseman on occasion with Ben Rice, etc. There's a chance Goldschmidt gets lifted in this game for either a runner or a potential I would say for a runner in this game.
Yeah, for a runner, because he's had 5 plate appearances in 3 straight. One of those was against obviously you're not going to take him out against a lefty.
Yeah, my point though is that we have seen the Yankees be aggressive when it comes to pinch running, and Goldschmidt has been on the receiving end of that before.
Yep.
So I think it's a possibility where maybe he ends up getting lifted if he walks, gets on base, and they need to run late. He could easily get lifted for that. But I think Singer's fine. He's been a pretty decent pitcher. He's been a bit streaky at times, good to start the year, bad middle part, but recently he's kind of picked it up again. But Goldschmidt at 1.5 bases for a guy that's gone under this in 16 of 20, I think it's a good price at minus 110. I'll go with the under on Goldschmidt. I think the price should be, in my opinion, minus 120, minus 130. But I do think 110 is a good price. Give me Goldschmidt under on his bases at 1.5, minus 110.
Yeah, I'm looking at, I don't like Singer at home, but his first pitch strike stuff is really good. So it's fine. Yeah. I mean, Goldschmidt's not in really good form. Like, I wouldn't even, I'm assuming, I mean, we can get to it when we get to the rhythm section, but he's minus 190 for under 1.5 hits, which is a solid parlay piece. And
he's not fast anyway. So you're not looking at a guy who's going to be sprinting for doubles, etc.
Right. Exactly. So so under 1.5 hits, which he has done once in his last 20 games.
You know how insane that is for a guy like Goldschmidt? 1 multi-hit game in 20 games?
Yeah.
It's disgusting. So
interesting. Oh wow, I was just looking at this note for him to not get a. So what has he been getting if he's not getting singles? Because he hasn't done anything.
for Goldschmidt,
he had two random doubles. Why is he priced? Why is he priced so short to get a double?
ballpark.
He's
maybe
plus 375 to get a double. That is really short.
I know the home runs have been non-existent either. Triples are not possible basically with him. So I'm trying to fade a double or a multi-hit game, and I'm getting minus 110. That's kind of my logic behind that. So There you go. That's my first prop for the show. Adam, I know that you mentioned Keanu. It's not under 1.5 hits. We're comparing the.
No, we're just comparing. I think that under 1.5 hits is a fantastic parlay piece for the same angle.
We're comparing once again Goldschmidt under 1.5 hits to Goldschmidt under 1.5 bases, and we're saying that it's minus 110 for the bases, minus 190 for the hits. But based on his performances recently, he has not gotten many doubles. He has not gotten many home runs lately. So in theory, as long as you're avoiding 2 hits in the game, you're kind of saving 80 cents. Not like directly, but you get what we're trying to say. It's a good way of shopping around.
He's not. I get it.
If he's not going to get 2 hits and you're saving 80 cents basically, then I'll go for that instead. So that's my logic on the play.
It's the same hit rate. It's virtually the same hit rate.
Yeah, for 80 cents cheaper. That's why I'll do it. But
Which
anyway,
is why I'm saying that I'll probably do the Goldschmidt one in a parlay leg.
Yeah, either way. Point is, I'll ask you though, Adam, what's going to be your second prop for the show?
I'm staying in this game, and I'm fading a guy.
Okay. I like fading guys in this game.
Giancarlo Stanton. Look, man, I think I'm prepared to say this after he's come back. I think Giancarlo Stanton sucks.
Okay. I took his underrun score the last game. That worked out well.
Yeah. I'm going with his under 1.5 bases. I see it. It's actually really good if you use it as a what's that pick I'm at with the prize picks. That's at minus 125. I'm seeing on Caesars. He has since June 18th, he has 3 hits in 5 games, and that's it. He's got 1 hit per game, or 1 base per game, I should say. He hasn't actually had. He came out of the gate on that game against the Angels with 3 bases, then 2 the next game, then nada. He does not look good. This is also a rhythm power trend that I saw this morning that I did like. We'll talk a little bit about that during the fun ad read, but give me Stanton overall. I guess also I'll put him also against, let me just see. Yeah. And against Springer, he's seen Singer a lot. I don't know why I said Springer. He's got 6 at bats against him and he struck out like 3 times. So I'll take this. His OPS against him is 542. So he's not really doing anything against him. Like it overall. Stanton under 1.5 bases.
Well, we also got to add the fact that Stan, as I mentioned in the runs prop, he is technically the slowest base runner in the league because he never runs.
Yep.
So his sprint speed's in the 1 percentile, which is not good. So keep that in mind. If he ends up hitting something off the wall, no guarantee it's even a double. So just keep that in mind for that one. Anyway, before we get into the remainder of our actual props for Wednesday, a reminder that we are brought to you by our sponsor, which is MyBookie. Whose bookie?
MyBookie.
Because MyBookie is the place for every sport. They have the WNBA, they have the MLB, they have golf, they have football futures, etc. They're also available in locations. Use crypto for your deposits. Lightning fast payouts. You need to sign up though for your new account. Use code SGPN and get a 100% deposit match up to 1K. Terms and conditions on MyBookie promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Circa because they are still giving away the ultimate fantasy football experience for a whole person only to drafts in Vegas. You check VIPs for your stay. Limited ride from the airport, a 5K tab, 4 stadium swim, and a hotel stay for you and your 11 league mates. Always get 15% off everything at Circa Properties with the code SGP15. Last chance to enter the contest, though, at sportsgambling.com/Circa. That's sportsgambling.com/CIRCA. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. We just finished going through the first 3 props that we have for the show. Moving on to my second prop, I'm going to go with a pitching prop, and I am going to go with Eric Fetty. I'm going to fade him. I'm going to go with his under 17.5 outs at minus 118. He's had less than 18 outs in 6 of the last 7, less than 18 outs in 4 straight home starts. Cubs have also been very good at scoring runs and also getting a bunch of guys on base. Cubs are top 3 in the league in runs per game. They rank 2nd in the league in hits per game, and they rank 9th in the league in walks per game. You've seen Fetty at home look a lot worse than on the road. He's giving up about a hit per inning at home with 14 walks as well. I see the Cubs generating traffic, and the fact is Fetty has really been limited on the pitch count lately. he has had less than 85 pitches in 2 straight starts. The Cardinals are quick to pull him because he does let a lot of guys get on base. He does start the 6th inning sometimes, gets pulled immediately. But the Cubs' offense is solid. Fetty's not been great lately, at least based on actual outs. The results have been okay, but they've been quick to pull him, and he has gone under this in each of his last 2 starts against the Cubs. Think this price is pretty good at -118. Give me Eric Fetty under 17.5 outs at -118 as my second play for the show.
Fetty Wap.
Yep.
Do you want to here, you can show the screen. You can show people. That supports a lot of what you're saying. This is his last 3 home starts. An expected ERA of 7.51.
Not great.
Yeah, this is all really, really bad. It's funny because his first pitch strikes are really good.
That makes sense when you think about it. The problem is he leaves a little bit too much over the plate, or he tries to nibble.
Yeah,
at that point, he's got problems.
No, he is, however, a DP god.
Yes, he is.
But this is really good. If you look at his last 3 at home too, his outs per game started is only 15.5. His pitches per plate appearance is low, but his whip is really high. Like there's nothing here that says, oh yeah, this guy needs to go 7. Plus, let me just look at the bullpen. What they do yesterday? What the Cards do yesterday?
They ended up winning, but it was a high scoring game.
Okay, so they still have Zach Thompson. Zach Thompson's dead.
Well, the relievers that they ended up using for reference didn't go an insane.
No. I'm looking. That's right here. Like all their pitch counts are right here. 17, 17, 19, 15. So like everybody's available.
It's okay. Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't anything extreme.
Like, Matan can go. I don't think that you'd have Helsley back-to-back after 17. Matz is only if there's a blowout, and he's not. And if he is, he's not even needed. JoJo could conceivably go twice. Also, I think they're off tomorrow. Are they off tomorrow?
I shouldn't check.
They're not. Palante's tomorrow. So Palante probably gets left out to die. Yeah, no, I like it. It's good.
Okay, there you go. So I'll ask you, though, what is going to be your third prop for the show?
I'm going with another starter at home who's been okay at home, pretty solid at home, but I'm just going to have to fade him right now, and that is Yusei Kikuchi. Look, everything would probably tell you that he needs to probably go distance. They went to extra innings, but I start to look, and Kikuchi's just a time bomb every single time he's pitching because he could easily Rodney, by the way, Cotton pointing out that the Cards have a day game tomorrow. So it's a lot of it's good to know. Like they might, it's good to know on that with Fetty. So, but anyway, Kikuchi, he kind of is very selective on the guys that he's able to strike out. I almost liked his under Ks, but instead I was just going to do his under outs. He's just not, his barrel rate is just crazy high. In his overall, in his last 3 starts, his hard hit rate is really up there. And then when I kind of go to, when I'm looking at Boston batters, that's the biggest thing for me. And you can kind of show my screen again because I like showing people how I'm thinking about this. Okay. Yep. So like the last 30 plate appearances against lefties, Boston, they're striking out like a little bit, and this is happening, but like all their guys are making contact and all their guys are getting on base. So for me, that is just a drive up Kikuchi pitch counts. You and I have seen it. You want to talk about somebody who likes to nibble? That guy likes to work every single count like it's nobody's business. So he also, I think he had, if I recall, let me just double check this. He had his, what did he have? He had 103 pitches last game. So he's thrown over 100 3 times this season. In the next game, both of those times he went below. And then he went below the 17.5 outs. He's also just under 17.5 in 6 of his last 10. But the last time that he went 100 plus pitches, he threw 15 against the Yankees. The other time before that, it was against the Athletics, and then he went 17. He threw 92. So give me Kikuchi against this. Give me Kikuchi under. It's plus 130, which I also like. So going Kikuchi under on this one.
Yeah, I can get behind that too. What did you say the price was on that?
Plus 136 or something. What did I take? Yeah, so, plus 130.
Good price. For my last play, I'm going to go with something a bit different. I'm going to go with a parlay on the show. But it is a player prop parlay. That's why it's going to be in the section. We've seen a lot of people chasing home run parlays. A lot of people that are looking at the weather, that are looking at all these really short odds, and a lot of Maine people just picking home runs, trying to make a bunch of money. And we've reached the point where so many books for Maine guys I think have just completely nuked the market, and no pun intended. And you've seen a lot of really cheap numbers, or not really cheap. I'd say a lot of, in my opinion, just wrong numbers for home runs. So because of that, I am going to go with an under home run parlay for this one. It's going to sound dangerous, but the price I think is great. I'm going to go with Aaron Judge under half a home run, parlayed with Cal Raleigh under half a home run, minus 103 for two guys to not homer in a day, which I think is a great price in general. To mention the actual amount of games that these two have homered in, feels like a ton. It's actually not. So Judge has not hit a home run in 71% of games of the season. Raleigh has not hit a home run in 66% of games this season. So 2/3 of the time or more, these guys don't homer. Judge has been in bad form lately. He has not had a home run in 9 of his last 11. Singer has only allowed 2 home runs in his last 6 starts combined. Joe Ryan, though, is pitching for Minnesota. He's allowed less than 6 hits in 9 of his last 10. We saw Minnesota intentionally walk Raleigh at the end of last game. Do you think they might start doing that a bit more? Arozarena has not been very good. I don't know why people are still pitching to Raleigh. I think you're going to see a bit more walks in his future. But Ryan's been good. The weather's also quite bad in Minnesota. A bit of rain and 10-mile-per-hour winds blowing in. But simply put, two guys to not homer at minus 103. I understand Raleigh's been incredible. Judge had a home run in the first game against the Reds. That's basically it. He's done nothing for the last week or so. But I do think minus 103 is a great price when you might see each team pitch around these damn guys on at least one at bat or one occasion. Give me the under home run parlay at minus 103. I'll try something different. I think it's fun. I think it's a good price. I'll go with that as my third prop.
I like the cap. I don't like the price. I don't agree with you on that one.
Okay. Well, what do you think the price should be in theory?
I'm not interested in something like, I mean, I would do this if you have like a boost today. I would boost it. I'm just not interested I'm just not interested in even money for arguably 2 of the top 5 hitters in the league to not hit a home run. I get it. That's what I'm saying. Cause like it's and the other problem on that Twins game, that game might get bagged because the rain's expected from 7 until 10:30. It's hard to take no home run also in the Reds ballpark. Again, I like the cap. I think it's a good way to do stuff. Like there's always going to be more value in something not to happen than there is. Like baseline. Just baseline point. The cap is right. There is always going to be more value in something to not happen than betting on something to happen. I just am a little bit more into it if I could get that because it's 2 non-correlated separate events.
Yeah.
2 fades. And I'd rather get that at like, even like at plus 125, I like would love it. Like it'd be a bet for me at plus 125.
I get it. Once again, it's something that I've not really done before. I just keep seeing everyone now just slamming home run props, and I feel like based on I don't want to say based on one day, with that one day where everyone homered, it just feels like the markets are so nuked on home runs now for a bunch of
I mean, it's
guys.
Also this is
it's the season for homers.
Yeah,
I get it, but once again, I'm going to try it out. We'll see what happens, but I do think if you're looking at a situation where, once again, the weather's not that great in Minnesota, the wind is blowing in, Judge and the Yankees have not been very good in general, and Singer's been good limiting home runs. Yeah. I'm going to try it out. I think that
I like the matchups. I like the cap.
You just wish it was plus money. I get it.
You know what? I think it's well, you're not going to get a good one on underdog for it, but like I like that I would boost it. Like if I had a boost or something today, I think that's
once again, if it doesn't work out, then I won't do it again. It's fine. I just feel like
that's a terrible way of approaching it.
No. But I'm saying like worst case scenario if it doesn't work out. I still like the breakdown. But
if something doesn't work out when you find a new angle, don't not do it again.
No, but the point is I'm still trying. I'm trying something
right,
new.
But you want to collect data on it. I would say do it like 4 or 5 times.
I meant for the show giving out.
Oh, why not? Who cares? Everybody here. Do you guys want as much as we will give you? Yeah. Like,
well, my point is, I would substitute this for a regular player.
Oh, okay.
That I've been doing on.
Okay.
And I might bet that separately for data. That's kind of
I totally get it. And it's yeah. I mean, like in a similar vibe, I think that here I'll give out something. Let's see. There's not a lot of good pitching matchups today, like in terms of Ks.
No, it's why I went with two pitchers that I think are tolerable with Singer and Ryan's good. So that's kind of where I went. But
let's see. Who's a good pitcher that's pitching today? Basically, see right now what I'm doing is who's pitching for Detroit? Flaherty?
Yeah, it has been really bad.
He's been really bad, but he still strikes guys out, right?
Well, it's tough to tell recently because he's basically gone less than like 3 innings in the last 2 starts.
Okay, so like
sorry, he went 4 2/3, 7 runs 2 starts ago. So the last 2 starts, he's gone 7 innings, 15 earned, 8 strikeouts.
The Athletics Max Muncy is batting 5th. Okay, well, this kind of tells you then another thing that I kind of do then. Like, so here, everyone want a bonus play? Here's a bonus play that in the similar vein. Pop the screen. Let's show you. Check this out. Sub that would stand under a run. Okay. So check out the last 30, and then everyone who Ks, check out the A's, all these people who are terrible, and then there's Max Muncy. Max Muncy is plus 110 to K twice, which he has done 3 out of his last 5 games against right-handed pitchers. You and I both don't necessarily like Flaherty today, but I think that we can have some fun with Max Muncy K'ing twice at home with athletic team.
Yeah, we could definitely have some fun with that.
Yep. So look at this. Look how bad he is.
Yeah. Well, truth is, he's so bad he got demoted earlier this year. I may or may not have forgotten he got called up again. I may have just
his last
not
5
realized.
games. He has a 50% K rate in his last 5 games. Oh, we're betting this, dude. We're like, this could be anybody who strikes him out. We have to bet this.
The man could have tried to learn from his previous demotion, and instead he modeled his entire game after Dylan Moore. You never want to model your entire game after Dylan Moore.
What an unfortunate name, too, because like the other Max Muncy is probably
had 7 RBIs the other day.
Who's so hot right now is probably like, dude, this guy is effing up my
maybe that's a connection. Maybe like the other one, he also needs glasses. Maybe.
I just bet this, by the way. You should bet this too. This is
what was the price on that again?
Plus 118 on exchange, plus 105 on he has a 50% K rate in his last 5 games, and he's going to get you either get Flaherty, who's a high K guy, or a Tiger. Look, I mean, let me go to the Tigers bullpen. The Tigers bullpen, which has, let's see, is the Tigers bullpen? They're on the fringe on the K stuff, but I don't know, man. He's also, this is just, let me just see if he says history against him.
He doesn't, I imagine no, because he's very
slow. But 3 out of his last 5 games against righties has had more than that. He's had 3 of his last 4 games. Period. He's had two or more Ks. Yeah, we're doing this.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add for players, or should we just move on into your double play props?
We can just move into the double play.
Sure. So, what do you like for the daily DP?
Well, I'm just going to give out like a bunch of plays today because I haven't been good, and I really like a couple of them on what I do think is arguably a crappy card. So I don't really. First things first, we got a DP god on the mound, Max Fried. We'll go minus 105 on that from the Yankees to turn a double play, which I like, and then. Let's see. I want to look at that St. Louis one. I just want to see if Feedy has because Feedy's another one of these double play gods. Well, actually, wait. Have the Cubs been hitting into them?
I'd imagine not as many as you'd kind of expect because they're
actually bottom. They're like bottom of the league.
I'm trying to think of how many like complete albatrosses they have on the base paths. The Cubs don't have many. They have a lot of pretty fast base runners. That does make sense.
Yeah. No, I don't. The Reds have the 3rd most over the last 2 weeks. Padres have the 2nd most. Padres going against Gore. That's probably a good one. Gore's a good double play guy. What time is that game? Anyway, the Yankees one is for 1. Check the Twitters for the other one.
Yeah. You have another.
This is actually good. This is a good matchup, man. Pavetta and Gore.
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup.
It's
been a fun series so far. Padres came back yesterday.
Trevor is that? Well, anyway, minus 140, so it's a parlay piece. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, Trevor, you should. There's books that I've forwarded to you that have like ways that you can bet DPs. So There's lots of ways. There's lots of ways around this. So anyway, man, I also like there's extra base hit markets. There's a bunch of stuff that I want to do right now. Anyway, Yankees are my official DP play.
Okay. You have another one you want to share, or just move on to the best bets?
I will let me see, actually. Let me just see what the price was on. I just want to see one more thing, because Wheeler doesn't really induce them, but Houston hits into a ton of them, right?
Yes, I believe Houston does.
Houston does. The Giants hit it. Who are the Giants playing?
They play the Marlins. I mean, Cabrera's more of a strikeout guy.
He's more of a strikeout guy too.
Unless you want to blindly go for Logan Webb against the Marlins, because Webb's the ground ball god. Even though he's been striking out more guys than usual.
He is, but over the last 2 weeks, like the Marlins, I don't think the Marlins have really been. Yeah, they haven't really been hitting into any. Who's been over the last week? This Angels team, by the way, is killing it right now. The Giants really have been terrible at this. Really, the Padres, the White Sox, you could argue the Brewers, I guess, have been pretty good at it. I think I'm just gonna. I'll figure it out. But right now, just that Yankees one.
Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, time to move on into the best bets. Before into that, the reminder, they're brought to you by our sponsor, which is Only Fantasy, because they are doing the Best Ball Mania, which is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best Ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Underdog's also a great place to play Pick'em. And a reminder, you can sign up with the promo code MLB SGPN to get a special pick and first time that offer up to $1K in bonus cash. On fantasy promo code MLB SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, because they just dropped a game-changing feature called Power Trends. Added to the patterns, Rhythm's models have physically have a high ROI. And a reminder, Power Trends are updated daily, exclusive to Rhythm. No touts and noises, clean dead by picks. Download the app, check out Power Trends, start betting smarter. And you'd also try it out for free for a week. By using the 7-day free trial, go to sportsgamble.com/rhythm to get your 7-day free trial. sportsgamble.com/RITHMM. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through our props for the show. Time to move on into the best bet segment. Adam, what do you like as your favorite prop from the show?
Originally, I liked that Stanton under bases, but Castellano. I mean, I like all of them. The random out of the Muncie one is very appealing right now.
Caleb, you're trying to skip the ad, but my ad reads take 10 seconds anyway, so it's really not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it. Have you ever heard Scott talk?
I try to speed through all the ad reads anyway because nobody wants to listen to it, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who works on the side in advertising PR, I'd be very annoyed. But
correct. That is correct. Yeah, you're assuming they watch the show, so
that's the biggest problem with brands.
Yes,
they don't know. Yeah. Okay. I think I still got to go with let's do the Stanton under 1.5 bases.
And what was the price on that again?
-125.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Fetty Wap fade. I'll go with the under Fetty, 17.5 outs at -118. He's gone under in 6 of 7, gone under in 4 straight home starts. The Cubs have been solid, and Fetty's been bad against the Cubs in the past. A lot of hits at home, a lot of walks at home. He's been significantly worse at home this season. And the Cubs, win or lose, have been mashing lately, at least in the series so far. Give me Fetty to struggle, and I think he can, in theory, battle, maybe go under the earned runs and still go under his outs. So give me the under on Fetty outs here at 17.5 at -118 as my best bet. Now it's time for the underdog entry. I'm going to ask you, are there any power trends that you want to use for the underdog entry?
Yeah. I really liked it's scary, but I really liked I liked Ohtani under 2.5 bases.
Okay.
But let me see. Pulling up my old power trends. Let's see. Stanton's at the top of this. Josh Lowe under. Oh, well, my goodness. Nick Castellanos under is on this. Well, they can. Sorry, robots. You must have heard me. Let's see. Josh Lowe under 1.5 bases. I feel like he's been okay, but not ridiculous. Let's see. Josh Lowe. I like to take guys that have are just off a day where they. Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, he's awful right now. Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna Josh Lowe under 1.5 total bases is in the UD entry.
Sure.
What else we got?
So we'll go with that. Are there any honorable mentions that missed the final cut that you want to use now?
I love Scott's ad reads. Fastest ad reader out there. You should see him in bed. Hey, no. Anyway,
it takes me a while to fall asleep. Actually,
okay.
Thank you.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What did you have something you like? Because I started liking that that Muncie under, and I ended up betting it. So I don't know. Did you have something that you liked a lot?
I mean, I don't want to overlap too much on this Yankees game, but Singer earned runs at 3.5. I think is kind of insane, but that's a whole separate point.
Wait, you think Singer under runs at 3.5 is crazy?
I think 3.5 is an insane number for Singer, and it's like a bettable under.
Well, it's because it's 100 degrees.
I get it. The Yankees have been terrible, but yeah, it's fine. We can do something else.
Well,
I just saw it was 3.5, and I'm just like,
we talked about this last night. Max Scherzer's back, and he's the Yerfie king.
Oh, you want to go? I mean, I thought you wanted something a bit safer.
No, I think that's pretty safe. The Toronto's a really good Yerfie team.
Okay,
Toronto's a good Yerfie team, and Scherzer, Scherzer's only start this year, he gave up runs in the first.
I was going to say, who's on the other side of the equation though? Who's
Gavin Williams?
Okay, Williams does walk a lot of guys.
Yeah, it's I think this is actually surprisingly might be good.
I thought we've tried the Yerfie before, and we had a problem trying to set it up.
No, I found it now.
Okay. You want to do it?
You know why? Because we can't do. Let me just see. Because
I remember there was an issue last time.
The issue is that it makes you. So it's saying to me, first runs. It gets specific to the number of runs that they allow.
Okay.
It like to the pitcher. You know what I mean?
That's kind
so. That stinks. That stinks. That kind of takes all the fun out of it. Okay. Well then. Okay. What was the other one that you had said?
Well, I'm assuming we're not going to do Singer, but 3.5 I thought was kind of high. Trying to think of anything else I'm really interested in.
Let me look. You know what I'm interested in? I'm interested in Sean Burke under. He didn't make the cut, but under his under outs, I was interested in.
That's fine. We can do that.
He's really bad first pitch strikes. I mean, he's been better at home, but his first pitch strike stuff is low, and I just yeah, I mean his last 3 at home, he's been good is the problem, but his last 3 like overall not good. Let me just see if there's a better one here. You know what? Gore had a bad start last time, right?
I believe so.
And the Padres aren't good against
against lefties. Really bad. Yeah. You want to go with Gore outs?
I don't know if I like his outs.
Under hits allowed.
Yeah, I was just about to say, or under earned run, lower than earned runs.
We're not going to do strikeouts because the Padres never strike out. So
right, but I would do the lower earned runs.
What is that at? Is it 1.5, 2.5?
2.5.
Okay, sure, take that.
So do we like Burke, or do we want to take Burke out?
We can keep. Well, what do we have right now? We have how many? We have
3.
Okay, so we'll keep the 3.
Okay, so we have Sean Burke, lower 15.5 pitching outs. Mackenzie Gore, lower 2.5 earned runs. Josh Lowe, lower 1.5 total bases, and that is a rhythm play.
Yeah, and what's the payout on that?
I'm getting a bonus match if I deposit right now. So I'm going to deposit a lot. Okay. The payout is 4.12. Relatively safe.
Sure, that's fine. All good. All right. That is going to wrap up the show. Adam, anything else you want to add?
Hold on, let me just make sure I did this right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, 4.21. Burke, lower. Mackenzie, lower. Josh, lower.
Okay.
Play.
Anything else you want to say before we end the show?
DPs, baby. DPs are coming back.
Okay. Yep. A reminder, they can find me on Twitter at Radio. Find him on Twitter at Hey Rosenberg. I'll be back later on for the MLB show at around 5 to get into the Thursday games. Until next time,